Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and in today's video, we'll be breaking down some celebrities that would probably be better off if they were just never on social media. We don't have freedom of speech in Canada, but I know it's very important in America. I don't want you to misconstrue this title as me saying these celebrities should be banned forever. I think most of them just need less time on their phones because it's really not helping them out. But before we get into that, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap that subscribe button to join our notification squad. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list, the top 10 celebrities who should be banned on social media. In at number 10, Adele. Although Adele has never really been banned for saying anything obscene or posting something that garnered any negative attention, even Adele knows social media is bad for her. Back in 2017, Adele said that she can get a little too mouthy while on Twitter, and because of this, her management actually banned her, for which then prompted her to create her own private social media account. This is exactly why in 2020 she has gone on regular breaks from social media platforms, because she understands how addicting it can be. Well, that and the fact that she enjoys having a few alcoholic beverages, which doesn't exactly bode well with posting things online, especially considering the size of the platform that she has. In at number 9, PEWDIEPIE. Felix, I think, needs to just stay on YouTube. He's so good on that platform in particular. Recently, he's been using the community section of his channel to spread donation links for people to donate to the George Floyd Memorial Fund. Although when it comes to other social media platforms, PEWDIEPIE has definitely stirred up some controversy in the past. Back in 2016, he was temporarily suspended from Twitter after tweeting out that him and Jacksepticeye were joining ISIS, which also led to him and, well, them both being unverified on the platform. He's also been very vocal about just how much he loathes Twitter. In a video he did, simply titled "I Hate Twitter," Felix explained that the platform has become nothing but a cesspool of opinions. Following that, he temporarily disabled his Twitter account, which is good to see that he at least had some foresight that it wasn't doing him any favors. In at number 8, Kim Kardashian. Other than the fact that she is famous for being famous, people really listen to Kim Kardashian, which isn't necessarily the best thing. I'm sure she could make much more of an impact by not being on social media 24/7. She has such a large following that her DMs must be jam-packed with offers from companies looking for her to advertise their products. I also don't think that she looks deeply into what these products are and simply views them as a payday. The biggest example of this that I can point to is the diet lollipops that she was advertising. She made this post advertising for the Flat Tummy Company's new appetite suppressant, and the problem is that the ingredients in this product haven't even been approved by the FDA, which means it's most likely not safe for people to consume. Although because she has established this unattainable image through plastic surgery and Photoshop, she then influences her audience to consume these toxic products with the hopes of being just like her. It's all around just not good for anyone. In at number 7, Clint Eastwood. Now, there are some celebrities that have admitted that they are just too old to be on social media, and others have maintained that it kind of freaks them out in general. One person who should just stick to doing movies and playing shuffleboard is Clint Eastwood. After Donald Trump was elected, Clint tweeted out, "Thank you, America. I don't have long left to live, but I know the last few years will be great. I can't thank you enough. # President Trump." Now, there's nothing wrong with expressing joy for your candidate choice getting elected, but Twitter decided to suspend his account. The reason wasn't because Clint tweeted this, but because someone had actually created the account and it wasn't Clint Eastwood. That being said, I still wouldn't trust old man Clint to run his own social media pages, especially after that video of him talking to a chair that he claimed was Invisible Obama.
What do you want me to tell Romney? I can't tell him to do that. Can't do that to himself. You're crazy.
In at number 6, Ellen DEGENERES. Let's face it, ever since the lockdown, Ellen has done nothing good to help her career. First, there were the comments about how her home felt like jail. Then we had her turning her back on crew members that have put up with her for years only to fire them for an independent company. Now she thought that getting herself involved in the Black Lives Matter movement was going to save her. In a since deleted tweet, Ellen said, "Like so many of you, I am angry and I am sad. People of color in this country have faced injustice for far too long. For things to change, things must change. We must commit ourselves to this change with conviction and with love." Now, while I'm sure that was meant to be a nice sentiment of voicing support, but remember folks, she is BFFs with George W. Bush. Not exactly a political ally to the Black Lives Matter movement.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
In at number 5, Tomi Lahren. Tomi is one of those right-wing pundits that is constantly saying inflammatory things online just to provoke a reaction from the people. She certainly has her supporters, and all that does is fuel this engine of hatred to keep on going. Again, I'm not against the limiting of speech, but if Lahren took a break from social media, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Recently, Tomi thought that she would weigh in on the protesting and said, "Brave men and women of law enforcement, these psycho Dems want to defund, dismantle, and destroy you. This is the choice Americans must make in November, lawlessness or law and order. No wonder the Dems are pushing fraud-ridden vote by mail." The problem with this tweet is that protesters against police brutality should not be a bipartisan issue. It's pretty clear that police agencies have been lawless for decades. Got him! In number 4, Donald Trump. Now, speaking of free speech, you would think that the president would be for that. Unfortunately, he is, unless someone doesn't agree with him. Recently, when one of his tweets was fact-checked by Twitter, he actually threatened to shut down all social media companies. Which definitely seems like he's attempting to limit the speech of everyone. Again, only because someone else didn't agree with him. So because of that, no one can say anything. For the amount of hatred that he has for the Chinese government, he sure enjoys taking a few things out of their book of controlling the people. In at number 3, Tekashi 6ix9ine. This one's a fairly easy one for me. 6ix9ine was put in jail for heinous crimes, and before that he was just the most annoying person on social media. Now that he's out and cooped up at home, he's only been continuing to rat on other rappers and stir the pot more than ever before. I can't even keep up with how active this guy is online. He claimed that he needed to be let out of prison for fears of catching COVID, but as soon as he got out, this guy just started flexing hard. He posted this photo of himself holding stacks of cash with the caption, "Describe me in one word," which filled the comment section with the word snitch, and at least he hasn't deactivated his comments so people can continue to expose him and how much they don't like him. It's good karma coming back. In at number 2, Jake Paul. Much like Tekashi, I would have no qualms if social media wanted to ban Jake Paul. While his brother Logan seems to have redeemed himself from his previous adolescent behavior, Jake is kind of stuck in the past. Having a platform as big as he does only seems to fuel more and more erratic behavior. Case in point was him thinking it was a great idea to show up to a mall and film people looting. Thankfully, his actions finally had consequences and he was arrested and charged for his role in the looting of an Arizona mall. Jake was charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly. Hopefully some time in jail will give him some serious quiet time to focus on rethinking what he says and does for clout. Last but certainly not least, in our number 1 spot, Nicole Arbour. Why this woman is still allowed online after her Dear Fat People video is beyond me. Nicole Arbour doesn't have a political point that's ever even worth listening to, and she only ever falls to the side that supports her the most. During the riots, she fell into the laps of the white supremacists as she spouted some pretty wild things from her Facebook and Twitter pages. Amongst telling people to arm themselves and shoot, she also tweeted that white people were being lynched in broad daylight. Then goes on to say that they don't want change, they want to even a score from a game played by people none of us have even ever met, which is just the most tone-deaf way to look at these protests. Plus, by saying they want to even the score, you're simultaneously admitting that the score is uneven. Someone, please get her off the internet. In fact, I can hear the sirens coming now. With that, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Marvel Actors Who Are Hard to Work With, Part 2. Jesse Jones says, "I don't see how Tom Holland is hard to work with. I think he just has trouble keeping secrets and the cast seems to just mess with him during interviews." I know sometimes the titles can be misleading, but if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth, you know it's all from a place of love. Tom Holland and Stan Lee are the greatest of all time. I don't think anything else. Me putting them in the list is just to finish the list. MLAQS says, "Well, if lobbying for equal pay among your fellow co-stars cast you as hard to work with, then sign me up for the RTJR School of Acting." Again, I said he is hard to work with only if you're an executive at Disney, not necessarily if you're acting with him. Just want to make that super clear. Colin Featherson says, in all caps, "Can't you guys afford a microphone for this guy?" We're working from home, dude. I'm doing the best with what I got. And it ain't that bad. Maybe you need new headphones. Chummy Wiggler says, "Liam Neeson would be the perfect Optimus Prime voice, just saying." 100%. How on earth did they miss out on that casting gem? Jamalee Golden says, "Couldn't find the top 10 list for shows banned from Netflix. This comment relates to the very end of this video, but fans of the Golden Girls can just come on over to the dark side. We have Cookies and Hulu and every single episode of the Golden Girls." I love the Golden Girls comments. It should be there. The video is there. But yes, I will 100% come to the dark side if you have cookies and the Golden Girls. No need to convince me any further. And that has been the top 10 celebrities who should be banned on social media. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our editors for all of your hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us your comments down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, saying until next time, stay classy.